Greetings everyone. In this very brief tutorial, I'm going to talk about scanning. For project 1, you may decide to scan a photograph of your own, and it might be smaller than the output size necessary. Now when you run into this situation where you scan something where the original is smaller than the output size, one of the things that you can do to increase the quality is to increase the resolution when you scan, not after the fact once you get into Photoshop, but you want to increase the resolution on the master file itself during the scanning process. So, for example, here I have a 5x7 image. This is a 5x7 photograph. That's the original size, and I scanned this one at 300 dpi. I took the same scan and rescanned it at 600 dpi, which is double. And what I want to do, let's say if I was putting this into a document, let's say that the document is going to be 10 by 14 at 300 dpi. Okay, so I'll create a new document here and bring it over here. We'll go ahead and save this. This would be 10 by 14 at 300 dpi. And click Save. And I'm going to drag and drop this scan into my document. And you can see what happens here is that it doesn't fill the entire document. Why is that? Well, because remember, this is 5 by 7. It's in a document that's twice the size, and they're both at 300 dpi, correct? Now, what do you think is going to happen if I drop this one that was scanned at the higher resolution, 600 dpi? When I drag that one in there, look at that. It fills the entire document. So the rule of thumb here is if you have an image that is smaller than your output size, then you can scan it at a higher resolution. You're going to get a better image quality that way. Now, going back to this lower resolution image, remember we had one that was 300 dpi, and then the one on top was 600 dpi. That was the original scanning resolution. So if I move this up, you can see there's a difference in the size. Now, this is what you don't want to do, and I've seen students do this, and this is completely wrong. If you bring an image into Photoshop, you can't just create something from nothing, okay? If it's not scanned at a high enough resolution, Photoshop is not going to be able to create pixels that aren't there. I mean, it will fake it, but it will not look as good as if you scan it as a higher resolution. So this is what I'm talking about. I see some students do this. They use the transform tool, and they will just increase the size in the transform tool, and that is just not correct. So if you look at the difference here, now this is the 300 dpi. I just expanded it to fit the document, and on its face it looks okay, but then when I look at the layer below it, you can see the difference here. There's a difference in clarity. There's a difference in tonal value. So the 600 dpi, the higher resolution, obviously has the higher quality. Now this image was, it's a very old image, so the original quality of the old image is not that great to begin with. So this isn't the best example to show the difference of scanning versus blowing it up in Photoshop, but you get the point here. You can see differences in sharpness. So bottom line, if you do have an image that is smaller than the output size, you always want to scan at a higher resolution.